So I get asked a lot about how do I get out of a dark place? I don't believe that there's one real answer for that. I believe there's multiple answers. I've been in very dark places. I've known people who have been and have gotten out. You're always gonna get out of it. Here's the thing. Getting out of a dark place, it takes time. And if you try to, false positivity, or what do they call that? Toxic positivity, your way through it, it makes it worse because you're literally just lying to yourself. But the number one question you should be asking yourself when you feel in a dark place is, what can I be learning from this situation? Or what should I be learning? Take time to realize, like, fuck, I hate being here, but what can I be learning from this? Or is there something that I should be learning? And once you start kind of doing that process and you take that approach to the situation that you're in, what begins to happen is your brain starts finding a way, figuring out reasons, creating sense of your situation. And once you're able to do that, the light starts to show, if you will. And that's okay. It's okay to be there. It's not okay to stay there, right? And notice what it is that you're learning, so that you can start taking baby steps towards getting out of it. And once you're able to do that, you can have a better understanding of the situation, which doesn't leave you the victim, right? It's usually when we feel like we don't have an understanding as to why we're here or we're stuck in this situation, that we feel hopeless, right? And it doesn't have to be the case. Everybody has depressed days, bad days, times where they feel like, fuck, dude, like, is this even worth it? Is this even, like, what's the point, right? But the goal is not to, force your way out of it, or, like I said before, toxic positivity your way through it. No, acknowledge it. Say, I'm here. This won't last forever. But while I'm here, what can I be learning? And if you believe in a higher power, you can ask, universe or God or whoever, what are you teaching me right now? What should I be learning while I'm here? So that when I get out of this, I'll have a new lesson learned, so that the next person who goes through it that I encounter, I might be able to share my light or my strategy with them. And also the next time that this tries to take place in my life, I'll know how to handle it versus becoming a victim of it. You'll now become a student of it. So that's kind of the goal here. It isn't to just be like, well, this is just my life, because it's not. Good days are coming, always. So the thing too is, like, what practical steps are you taking? Are you just getting up and just leaving your bed a mess and, like, your clothes sprawled around and your desk dirty and your dishes in the sink and stuff like that? Because if that's the case, you're just going to perpetuate the cycle. That's just what's gonna happen. And I get it. It's hard to even get the fuck out of bed sometimes, but you always have a choice. And I know that it's difficult to make simple choices sometimes. And I would even say, if it is that difficult, maybe you should look into talking to somebody. Absolutely talk to somebody about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, this is whether you're, like, on the extreme level or not. You should always talk to somebody about it. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't actually take steps yourself, such as make your bed. Just make your bed. Because what that's gonna do, it's gonna set in motion your productivity and, like, a little self-accomplishment that you had. And you start setting these little foundational mental states, and you feel better about yourself. Give yourself something to stand on and to be proud of, or feel that sense of accomplishment, even if it's little, because that will trickle into the rest of your life. So if you can be faithful with the small thing, I can guarantee you that will trickle out into the big things. And eventually you'll start noticing that your darkness is becoming more lit. So while you're there, don't beat yourself up. Call it what it is. But start asking yourself, what can I be learning? What's one small thing that I can do to start making way out of this? With that said, that is my take on getting out of a dark place. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a dude who's been in a very dark place and has gotten out of it. So it's this ebb and flow, this dance with life, with God, if you will, of this ever learning lesson of how to become better, right? Not just for yourself, but for other people who might not know how to do it for themselves. So that said, that's my take. I hope you found this somewhat beneficial. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. And if you would, leave a like and subscribe if you feel like this is something that you can subscribe to. So with that said, have a beautiful day. I love you very much. Take care of yourself. And until next time.